Thank you for joining us today. Today we will be discussing Microsoft Office products again. This is the third of 4 sessions focusing on the Office suite. Today we will cover as much as possible about our particular topic, and that topic today is Outlook, Microsoft Outlook. We'll focus on 3 areas: some new features, some helpful features, and some other commonly used features. And luckily today we're also going to give an inside look at something that's coming very soon in the very near future. But before we begin, let's learn a little bit more about the sponsor, Opal Business Solutions. Opal has approximately 20 team members with a wide variety of technical expertise and certifications. Opal is also a Silver Enterprise Partner and CSP with Microsoft. Opal strives hard to serve as an extension of your team, helping you to design and deliver technology solutions to help you anticipate and overcome business challenges. With 2 offices on the East Coast, Opal provides quick and reliable products and services throughout the United States. Opal was able to provide one stop for your technology needs. Whether looking for enterprise-level hardware, SMB equipment, or even certified pre-owned, Opal can provide the equipment to meet your needs. Opal also provides CSP licensing on Microsoft applications while also customizing any software to meet those needs. Finally, Opal's network services team provides the expertise and knowledge to design, upgrade, and support your entire infrastructure. With Opal's team monitoring and maintaining your network, you will have the latest security protection and meet the industry-verified compliances you need. My name is Jay Hess. I'm Vice President of Opal Business Solutions. I will be conducting the presentation today. And I'm sure many of you are anxious to learn a little bit about Microsoft Outlook, as well as get a peek at some of the functionality that's about to come out regarding it. So without any further delay, I'd like to go ahead and get started. Outlook already scans your messages for things like delivery notifications and travel reservations, automatically adding reminders to your calendar. Now it does the same with your bills. Outlook will identify them in your inbox, show you a summary, and automatically add a calendar event to the due date. You'll also get an email reminder 2 days ahead of the due date, with the idea being this is designed to help you avoid accidental late payments. So now, in the artificial intelligence that has been built into the Microsoft platform has been integrated into Outlook, scanning your emails for basically statements, bills, certain keywords and items that are in there. And then it's going to make a note as to a date or something that is due. So you can see in the example there, we have a due date of Saturday, 12/30/2018, and this is a bank bill. So now you don't have to worry about keeping up or remembering when certain items come due. The new tracking button reveals a table of invited attendees and their responses. This is called meeting management, and this is available for the meeting organizer and the attendees as well. So if you're invited to a meeting and you don't think it's worth your time to attend, unless certain people also attend, now you can tell at a glance. So we can see here that maybe this is for a team meeting or something, we can see who's required to attend, who's accepted, who hasn't accepted, and so forth. So you can get a quick glance at that. So, if you're looking for certain people to attend the meeting for you to join in or make a decision if it's important for you, you'll be able to do so. Once again, you just open the meeting that you're looking for, click tracking, and you'll see that list. Of course, you also have the other idea. The other side of this is if you're looking to avoid your manager and you see they're attending, you may just want to skip that meeting. Time zone management. In Outlook, you also have the option of displaying multiple time zones in the day and week calendars. You can add this by clicking on File, Options, Calendar, and then go to the time zones and click Show a Second Time Zone. You can give it a label such as Pacific or West Coast office, whatever you might want to label it as such, and then you'll see the two different time zones on your calendar there. So you choose the actual time zone you want from the drop-down selectors and click OK. Now, this is where Outlook is a little bit different than Excel, Word, and some of the other programs you may be used to within Office. This depends. Outlook gets a little finicky when it's running or working on different operating systems. So if you use a Mac, instead of going under File, Options, Calendar, Time Zone, Show a Second Time Zone, for a Mac, you would click Outlook, Preferences, Calendar, Time Zones. Then, if you happen to use Outlook on the web, you just click the time zone drop-down arrow in your calendar meeting invite, and you add the additional time zone. So it's real simple on the web, but as you get onto the different operating systems, there's going to be slight variances as to what you're looking at and how to get to this information. Event suggestions. Event suggestions will give you recommendations for your event location. Once again, we're looking at a couple things: artificial intelligence, as well as cross-integrating the platforms that Microsoft has built. So we talked a little bit in Word, Excel, and so forth about how Microsoft will have one application and they will integrate those applications together so you don't have to leave the application you're utilizing to realize the benefits. So in this particular case, once you start to type in the location field of an appointment or a meeting within Outlook, Outlook will suggest options based on Bing, and then it will also autocomplete your meeting location with the necessary information. Bing is, the search engine that Microsoft utilizes for their browser searches. For the location and information that they're pulling in, if you're typing in a public location like a library or a coffee shop like Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or some other public location, the rich location feature built within Outlook is going to add the entire address to your Outlook calendar event. Now, once again, we're going to start getting into some different functionality here based on what device you're using. So if, for instance, you're using Outlook for iOS, once that address is added, the iOS operating system, for example, will then use your current location, take the address information location that is built within Outlook now, and use that as your destination address, look at all the traffic updates that are out there, and send you a notification to let you know when it's time to leave for your next event. That way you can make sure you get there on time. I personally utilize that functionality a lot, and it's very accurate and very helpful. Getting more into the technical side of things within Outlook, there's proxy support. The proxy support now you'll see that some organizations have adopted the use of proxies to block their direct access to the internet from mobile devices. Now, Outlook supports companies that use SOX proxies for additional protection between their company data and the internet. With security, data breaches, and everything becoming more and more prevalent and more important to organizations to protect that data and protect themselves from liability, Microsoft is always looking to update their platforms, whether it be Outlook, Excel, Word, Azure, to make sure that they're the safest and most secure. But by doing so, you also have to accommodate certain types of setups. And in this particular case, Microsoft was listening, looking to what other people were doing, and they went ahead and allowed for the support of SOX proxies to be utilized with Outlook. Sync draft folders. What do I mean by sync draft folders? Well, let's start with an example. Have you ever started a draft on your desktop and maybe meant to finish it later, only to remember when you're sitting on the sidelines of your kid's soccer practice in the freezing cold and trying to determine, oh, I forgot to send that email out? I've done that. Imagine that, right? I've done that. For anybody that knows me, shocker. Outlook gives you the ability to draft a message in Outlook on one device and finish it on another. So you might have started a draft in the past in the office, and as I mentioned, you realize, you look down at the time and you go, oh, I got to get going, and you never finished it. Instead of forgetting about it till tomorrow, or if you're off from work tomorrow and having to wait the next day or when you get back from vacation, now Outlook helps you get things done when the time's right for you. It'll sync it across all your devices. So if you have the Outlook app on your phone, you're utilizing Outlook Web by logging into any browser, you can go ahead and gather that information, gather that draft, and finish the information you wanted to compose in your email and send it out. So once again, when the time's right for you, you get to get things done. Or in my case, when I simply remember, oh yeah, I forgot to send that. So you'll be able to gather that information and utilize the syncing capability across any of your devices. We're going to jump in and touch upon a few of the mobile capabilities because, as I mentioned, not only are platforms different, but the mobile user experience is slightly different as well for some of the functionality. And Microsoft has added additional functionality within Outlook to help make that user experience a little easier, because you're looking usually at a smaller screen. How you use the software on a smaller screen or on your mobile device is much different than how you would traditionally use it from your desktop. So one of those, Microsoft is making it easier to respond quickly and more meaningfully in Outlook by keeping your message content in view and adding a new reply box at the bottom of your screen. So you don't have to open the message, go ahead, open that particular chain, close it to see what everybody said, or scroll down real far, and then create a text box for you to go ahead and respond back to. You can go ahead and start typing right down in the reply and hit send from there, or hit reply from there. The idea behind this is Outlook's hoping to allow you to keep a conversation going quickly, with a modern user interface that looks more like a chat-like experience. So you see the chat going above, we can see different messages being relayed up above and then coming down below, and we can see all the messages there and quickly go ahead and put our new reply in and hit send. So once again, the user experience is different because you don't have as much real estate to see entire messages, full context. So they're trying to make it more like a chat experience for you. One of the probably coolest features, or if you want to call it that, is at least it has a pretty cool name, is Office Lens technology. Sounds like this great big advanced type functionality, when in reality it allows you to take pictures. That's essentially what it does. It is a significant addition, though, to the Outlook mobile side of things, and it's a new camera feature. And what it does is it automatically crops and enhances images taken off of a whiteboard, a photo, or a document. So if you're sitting off to, let's say, the side of a whiteboard in a meeting, and you can't get a clear picture of it, and you can't get it from straight on, if you were to take a picture of that and try to send it to somebody, that picture would be angled. You can see here the picture that is displayed on your screen was actually taken from a side angle of a whiteboard. The system itself, from right within the message, I went ahead and you can click the photo or the camera icon, and it will go ahead, take that picture, and it will automatically adjust it so that it looks like it was taken straight on, and that it's not a picture, but rather almost like a scanned document of handwriting. And that does it no matter where you're at or what you're taking a picture of. It's going to automatically adjust so it looks like a scanned document that you've embedded into Word. And that's the other functionality, is that it embeds it right into the email so your recipients don't have to open a file. Once again, in case they're opening this up in their web in their mobile devices, they don't want you to have to go ahead and open an entire separate window just to see a document. You can go ahead, see everything just by scrolling up on the message, including any attachments that are now embedded. So this is actually a very helpful feature that really just utilizes the camera technology that's built within your cameras, and then leverages different smart technology on the Microsoft platform to adjust it so that it's easy to read and looks like an embedded document. I've gone over some of the new features and some of the more recently used features within Outlook. I've also covered some of the more recent mobile device technology that is being integrated into Outlook. And now I'd like to give you an inside look as to something that is coming out in the future. As Office 365 insiders, we're able to tell you about upcoming features, functionality that others may not have access to. So we talked about LinkedIn and Word leveraging technology for Resume Assistant in one of our previous sessions. Well, Microsoft's at it again, leveraging the LinkedIn technology for an upcoming release in Outlook, so you can become more connected to colleagues and professionals throughout the world. Even before you log into your account on LinkedIn and you're just utilizing your Outlook account, you're going to start to see some LinkedIn profile information, such as a person's LinkedIn profile photo, their name, their company, and their job title in your Microsoft apps. After you connect your accounts by logging into LinkedIn when asked to do so, you may see additional LinkedIn profile information. For example, you can see things you have in common with others, such as that you attended the same school. That way, when communicating with a colleague in Outlook, you can easily see if you and your colleagues share a common connection on LinkedIn. In addition to that, your LinkedIn contacts may also show up as suggested contacts in Outlook. That way, you can go ahead and continue to expand your network, add your contacts right into Outlook, and have that information at your fingertips to reach out to them, email them, and you don't have to go out into LinkedIn and send messages separately. Over time, you can expect your networking experience on LinkedIn to improve with additional information from both your Microsoft account and your LinkedIn account. For example, LinkedIn may start to suggest that you connect to some of your Microsoft contacts that you didn't know existed within LinkedIn. So it's going to try to leverage both the LinkedIn experience, the Microsoft experience, so that you don't have to leave the applications you're using to go ahead and either use Microsoft stuff from within LinkedIn or use LinkedIn stuff from within Microsoft. At this point, we're at the time of the presentation where I take a look over to the chat box. I see if any questions have been typed up in chat. I do my best to recite those, read those out loud, and answer any questions. Usually I'm pretty good at just giving enough information that everybody has no questions, or I've answered most of the questions previously. So if you just bear with me, I'll take a look, see if any messages have come through the chat. And it doesn't look like anybody's typing right now, and I have not received any throughout this. So I'm going to do my best to assume that I have answered everybody's questions and provided everybody with enough information. So at this time, I would like to remind everybody to look for our monthly newsletter sent the 4th week of the month, as well as our Microsoft emails sent the 1st week of the month, in order to keep updated on the latest tips and features that we have to offer. Thank you, and please remember to look for this video and others on the Opal YouTube channel. Have yourself a great day.